Hollywood Canteen is a 1944 American musical romantic comedy film starring Joan Leslie, Robert Hutton, and Dane Clark and distributed by Warner Brothers. The film was written and directed by Delmer Daves, and is notable for featuring many stars appearing as themselves in cameo roles. The film received 3 Academy Award nominations. Plot and cast: 2 soldiers on leave spend 3 nights at the Hollywood Canteen before returning to active duty in the South Pacific. Slim Green, Robert Hutton, is the millionth G.I. to enjoy the canteen, inconsequently wins a date with Joan Leslie. The other G.I., Sergeant Nolan, Dane Clark, gets to dance with Joan Crawford. Canteen founders Bette Davis and John Garfield give talks on the history of the canteen. The soldiers enjoy a variety of musical numbers performed by a host of Hollywood stars, and also comedians, such as Jack Benny and his violin. Cameo appearances: the film's setting is the Hollywood Canteen, a free entertainment club open to servicemen. The canteen was created as a G.I. morale booster by movie stars Bette Davis and John Garfield during World War II. Many of those cameoing in the film had previously volunteered to work there or provide entertainment. They include the Andrews Sisters, Jack Benny, Joey Brown, Eddie Cantor, Kitty Carlisle, Jack Carson, Joan Crawford, Faye Emerson, Sidney Greenstreet, Alan Hale Sr., Paul Henriad, Joan Leslie, Peter Lorre, Ida Lupino, Dorothy Malone, Dennis Morgan, Janice Page, Eleanor Parker, Roy Rogers, with Trigger, S.Z. Sackle, Zachary Scott, Alexis Smith, Barbara Stanwyck, Jane Wyman, Jimmy Dorsey and the Golden Gate Quartet. The East Coast counterpart was the Stage Door Canteen, also celebrated in a 1943 film. Musical numbers: Hollywood Canteen, sung by the Andrews Sisters behind titles What You Doin', The Rest of Your Life, sung and danced by Jack Carson and Jane Wyman with Jimmy Dorsey and his orchestra. The General Jumped at Dawn, sung by Golden Gate Quartet. We're Having a Baby, sung by Eddie Cantor and Nora Martin with Jimmy Dorsey and his orchestra. Tumblin' Tumbleweeds, sung by Sons of the Pioneers. Don't Fence Me In, sung by Roy Rogers with Sons of the Pioneers. Gettin' Corns for My Country, sung by the Andrews Sisters with Jimmy Dorsey and his orchestra. Don't Fence Me In, sung by the Andrews Sisters with Jimmy Dorsey and his orchestra. You Can Always Tell a Yank, sung by Dennis Morgan and chorus with Jimmy Dorsey and his orchestra. Then sung by Joey Brown with chorus. Sweet Dreams, Sweetheart, sung by Joan Leslie, dubbed by Sally Sweetland, and chorus. Ballet in Jive, danced by Joan McCracken and chorus. The Bee, played by Joseph Sagetti. The Souvenir, played by Joseph Sagetti and Jack Benny. Voodoo Moon, played by Carmen Cavallaro and his orchestra. Dance, danced by Antonio and Rosario. Sweet Dreams, Sweetheart, sung by Kitty Carlisle. Reception: the film received mixed reviews from critics. Variety noted, "There isn't a marquee big enough to hold all the names in this one, so how can it miss? Besides, it's basically solid. It has story, cohesion, and heart." Kate Cameron of the Daily News commented, "It is an elaborate show, but it is presented by author-director Delmer Daves in such a patronizing manner as to make one blush for its complete lack of reserve in singing the praises of Hollywood." Quote, "Despite some negative reviews, Hollywood Canteen was well received by audiences and the film became the 4th highest-grossing film of 1944. Warner Brothers donated 40% of ticket sales to the Real Hollywood Canteen. Awards and nominations: Hollywood Canteen received Academy Award nominations for Best Original Song, Sweet Dreams, Sweetheart, by M. K. Jerome and Ted Cooler. Scoring of a musical picture, Ray Heindorf. And sound recording, Nathan Levinson. See also, List of American films of 1944. This Is the Army, Star-Spangled Rhythm, Private Buckaroo, Follow the Boys, Stage Door Canteen, Thank Your Lucky Stars, Thousands Cheer, Cowboy Canteen, Show Business at War, Hollywood Canteen at the American Film Institute Catalog, Hollywood Canteen at the TCM Movie Database, Hollywood Canteen at AllMovie, Hollywood Canteen at the Internet Movie Database.